I am back in the collapsing USA for several weeks, and I am about to give you my impressions of the changes that I have noticed in the United States in terms of me not being here for about 7 months. It's been about 7 months I've stepped foot back in the United States, and I have moved out of the United States early this year. And so it's kind of interesting to notice the differences just a few months can make in the collapsing United States. And get ready, because these differences are all worse. I'm, of course, Caleb Jones. This is Sovereign CEO. I teach people just like you how to set up location-independent income through your own location-independent business and perhaps move out of your collapsing authoritarian bullshit Western country, or maybe just set up an international plan B and do all that without spending a lot of money. So I am back in the USA. This is actually a hotel room I'm using as an office. Pink Firefly's apartment is right over there. I have finally reunited with my wife. We're not going to be apart anymore unless something very weird happens. So that's a whole different topic on our plans for next year. There'll be a lot of videos coming up about that. But anyway, I'm back in the United States. I have not been in the United States since early May, so it's been quite a while since I've been here. And it is a very interesting experience to contrast the United States with other countries that are not collapsing. Particularly my two home flag countries, which would be Dubai in the United Arab Emirates and Paraguay. And so that's where I've spent most of my time this year. And coming back to the United States, it's very interesting to see the contrast between countries that are on the way up and a country like the United States, which is on its way down. And the differences are stark. And this is one of those things where if you live in a collapsing country like the United States, cuckoo Canada, suicidal Europe, authoritarian Australia, if you live in these places and you don't really travel around and see the world, you have no basis for comparison. You just look around and see how much everything sucks and just assume that that's normal or that's how the whole world is. Well, this video, by the end of this video, you'll see, oh, that's not the case. So in no particular order, how the United States compares to my two homes, Dubai and Paraguay. Number one, it's uncomfortably cold here. It's cold. It's uncomfortably cold. It's December now, and it's cold. Now, when I say uncomfortably cold, that means that when you walk out of your house or apartment and you walk out into the outside of the elements, you go, ugh, that's uncomfortably cold, and that's not cool. In Dubai, it is sunny and warm year round. It's great. Now, in the summer, it's too hot. That's why you don't want to be there in the summer. But outside of that, it's amazing. Right now in Dubai, it's like 80 degrees. It's beautiful in Dubai. You go to the beach, it's fucking great. Paraguay, same thing. Right now, it's Paraguay's summer. And so now it's warm. And even when you go to Paraguay in Paraguay's winter, like I have videos on my channel about this, it's very mild. It's like, 70s and sunny. It's great. This is the first time I have actually been in a climate where I went, oh God, this sucks. It's cold. Now, I realize you cannot generalize about the entire continental United States because it's a very large country. And you may say, but Caleb, you can't say that about California and Florida. Yes, okay, there are exceptions. There are California and Florida, Louisiana, there are a few exceptions. But most of the United States is fucking cold in the winter. The vast majority of the landmass is cold. If you like cold, that's great. I hate the cold. I would rather it be warm and sunny. Not hot and sunny, but warm and sunny. Plus, there's actual scientific data that shows that people are happier when it's sunny out and when it's not freezing cold and raining and cloudy and horrible. One of the big reasons I left the United States was because I got sick of the cold. I couldn't stand it. Certainly here in the Pacific Northwest where I am now. But again, that's most of the country. Most of the country does not have the climate like California or Florida. Most of the country gets cold. So there you go. Problem number one. In my other two homes, I am never cold. Literally never do I walk outside my homes, Dubai and Paraguay, and go, oh, it's cold. I don't have that experience. I have this experience here every fucking day. Number two, and I've talked about this, people in the United States are edgy. They're touchy. They're kind of on edge. You can tell when you talk to people, they're a little pissed off, just a little bit. Even when they're polite, there's a coldness to them because they're pissed off about something. Now, I'm generalizing. Not every person I've talked to here in the United States is pissy or edgy, but most people are. People are really edgy about the cerveza sickness jab. Either they're for it or against it. They're all pissed off about it. They're all pissed off about politics. They're all pissed off about where the country is going. It sucks. It's not fun to be around people who are pissed off all the time, or at least edgy all the time. And yes, I'm generalizing. It's not 100% of everybody, but it's most people that I feel. You can feel it when you talk to people and they're on edge. In Dubai, people are not on edge. People are happy, people are smiling, people are living life. Are there assholes in Dubai? Of course. Are there a few unhappy people in Dubai? Yes, of course. Again, I'm generalizing, but you don't have this anger and this edginess. You certainly do not have this in Paraguay. People are really happy down there. People are friendly, they're smiling, they're having a good time. It's great. Both of my homes, Paraguay and Dubai, people are generally happy. Not 100% of them, not 100% of the time. I'm generalizing again. I don't want to get these people in the comments, well, I've been to Dubai and I hate it. Or I met a person in Paraguay and he was an asshole. Exceptions to the rule. There is a radical difference. And if you don't believe me, if you live in the United States or any collapsing Western country, go spend a week in Dubai or go spend a week in Paraguay and notice the difference in how people interact with you. They're friendly, they're nice, they're smiling, they're not bitching about politics or the cerveza sickness. They're just not. They don't care. It's generally a happier experience. Number 3 thing about the United States is supply chain problems. When I go to the stores here, the stores are still missing shit. Pink Firefly, who's been here most of the year, is regularly complaining she can't get paper towels at the store. I went to the store with her yesterday and I was shocked. You have these giant shelves that are still empty, or you have these big signs saying limit 2 per customer. I have news for you. You ready for this? Dubai doesn't have this problem. When you go to a store in Dubai, they have everything and they don't limit a goddamn thing. There are no supply chain problems or no noticeable supply chain problems in Dubai. There are some supply chain problems in Dubai with specialty items, but in terms of normal day-to-day going to the grocery store, you don't notice a thing, everything's there, the shelves are all stocked full, it's normal, lifestyle is normal. Same thing in, God forbid, Paraguay. Emerging market Paraguay. You don't go to Paraguay and have giant shelves of stuff missing. You really don't see that in Paraguay. It's fine. This is an American problem and some other countries. So hey, if you want to live in a place that doesn't have massive supply chain problems, you probably shouldn't live in the fucked up United States, because I couldn't believe it. I had forgotten this because I was used to this last year when I lived here in the United States. But in Dubai, everything's normal. In Paraguay, everything's normal. So I was shocked when I came back to the United States and you still have shit missing on the shelves. The supply chain problem is very complicated. It's a very complicated issue. We can talk about that maybe in another video. But the point is, my point to you is, where I live in my homes, Dubai and Paraguay, we don't have that problem, and you Americans do. Problem number 4 that I've noticed in the United States is the infrastructure for delivering things here sucks. It sucks. When you order Amazon Prime, it's not 2 days anymore, it's 4 or 5 days. When you order stuff on FedEx, UPS, it takes forever. It takes something that would normally take 5-6 business days, take 2 or 3 weeks now. When you order food, unlike Uber Eats or DoorDash, it's a goddamn nightmare. It takes an hour sometimes, even though it shouldn't. The restaurant's right down the street. And much of the time, Pink Firefly has reported to me that they give you the wrong shit. She actually ordered a pizza. And there's certain foods she can't eat. So she ordered a pizza. They gave her the entirely wrong pizza after waiting an hour for her pizza. This does not happen in Dubai. Let me say this again. This does not happen in Dubai. I get my food delivered to me almost on a daily basis in Dubai, salads and things like that, because I try to do that as to control my diet, to not have food in my house. And I have ordered food in Dubai this year, I would say 120 times or so. And out of the 120 times, it takes usually around 25 minutes to get my food, around that, sometimes less. And only once have they screwed up the order. One time. And this is what happened when they screwed it up. They sent out the order, they forgot an item, they forgot a sandwich or something. They immediately called me before I knew they screwed up the order and said, hey, we're very sorry, we screwed up the order, we forgot your sandwich, it's coming next in about 5 minutes. And so the guy delivered the food, in 5 minutes, another guy delivered the item they forgot. You see the difference between that and the United States? It's a fucking mess here. The infrastructure for delivery, both packages, Amazon, and food, is a fucking nightmare. Now, you can't compare Paraguay to this because Paraguay doesn't really have that infrastructure. They do, but it's not that great. So you can't really compare an emerging market country like Paraguay to a first world country like the United States. But I can certainly compare another first world country, United Arab Emirates, Dubai, to the United States, and it's no contest. It is so much better in Dubai, it's ridiculous. I have been spoiled in Dubai compared to fucking Americans. I feel sorry for you guys. What a mess here. Number 4 thing, crazy thing that I have noticed in the United States as compared to other countries. You can't get plastic bags here. Now, I'm not sure if this is a regional thing and certain states are doing this differently. That is possible. But in Washington State and the state of Oregon, you can't get plastic bags. You may say, so what? Okay, here's the problem. 2 problems. Number 1, plastic bags have handles on them. So you can have numerous plastic bags and walk them up to your apartment or into your home with ease. It's easy, right? Paper bags, you can't do that. You have to hold them like this. So it means more trips back and forth. Logistically, plastic bags are better than paper bags. Second problem, bigger problem, is that what they have done, because people kept complaining about this, is that when you buy, you have to buy it, when you buy your paper bag, they have attached handles on them. The problem is they don't work. And so people are tearing their handles. Pink Firefly walked up the stairs with some paper bags she had. The handles tore off. All of her groceries fell on the concrete. She had to go back to the store and buy them again because these goddamn paper bags don't work. As a matter of fact, at the stores, they even say, oh, by the way, don't trust the handles. They'll tear.
Oh, man.
Oh, crap.
Because you're not allowed to have plastic bags because the left-wingers have completely taken over the United States. In Paraguay and Dubai, you can get plastic bags. They don't give a shit. You can get any kind of bags you want. They don't freak out about them. It is based around what the customer wants, not what a bunch of psycho left-wingers want. You actually get bags in my homes, Paraguay and Dubai, that actually function and actually work. Whereas in America, you're just not allowed to have those anymore because America has become a left-wing authoritarian nightmare. Last thing I have noticed, and boy, I just encountered this last few days, people snap at you about wearing masks here in ways that other countries don't care. So let me be very specific about this. When I am in both Paraguay and Dubai, so first of all, in Dubai, you don't have to wear masks outside anymore. You don't have to wear masks outside anymore in Dubai. In most of the United States, you do. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The science is very clear about this. Wearing masks outside doesn't help at all against cerveza. Fucking dumb. But at least in Dubai, you don't have to do this. But even in Dubai, when I had to wear masks outside, I would pull my mask down so it was not covering my nose, just my mouth like this. And not once in living in Dubai for 8, 9, 10 months now, has anyone ever given me any shit about that except for one person where I was at a very big fancy grocery store and they had a policy about that. And they said, sir, could you lift your, okay, no problem. One time, and he was very polite about it, living there for almost a year, okay? Same thing in Paraguay. In Paraguay, when I walk around with my mask and I don't cover my nose, okay? Now, if you think I'm a horrible person, that's fine. Topic for another time. I'm just saying I don't do that. Not once in Paraguay has anyone snapped at me about this. They don't give a shit. As long as you're wearing a mask, they don't care. So now I've developed this habit of when I wear a mask, I uncover my nose. It's just a habit I have. Oh my fucking God. Here in the United States, when people see this, they lose their fucking minds. I had a guy the other day at a Walgreens snap at me saying, hey, lift up your back, cover your nose. And he like glared at me and went like, what? Oh. I had another incident where I was in an Uber and the woman in the Uber says, excuse me, you need to raise your mask and cover your nose. Numerous times. Let's see, I have been here now, let's see, how long have I been here now? I've been here almost 2 weeks. I have been snapped at by 4 people. 4 people in 2 weeks versus once in a year in Dubai and 0 in Paraguay. Again, it's about happiness and quality of life and being happy when you leave your home and interact with other human beings. You don't have that in the United States anymore. I'm sorry you don't. But where I live, you do. People are chill in Paraguay. People are chill in Dubai. They're friendly. They're not cerveza psychos of these countries. Now, to be clear on that, both Dubai and Paraguay have done some things with managing cerveza sickness that I think are ridiculous. Just about every country on the planet has. But at least I don't get snapped at in those countries, but I do in the United States. God damn. That is what I have noticed just 2 weeks here. I'm sure in the next 2 weeks, I could give you another list of 4 or 5 things of negatives that I've run into in the United States that I don't run into in other countries, just here in the collapsing USA. If you think that by living in the USA, you are living in the best country in the world, or the country where people are the nicest, or where the infrastructure is the best, you are wrong across the board. And as I keep saying, the United States gets worse every year. Both Dubai and Paraguay get better every year. Let me be very specific about that before I go. In Dubai, every year, they remove laws. They actually cancel out laws every year because Dubai wants a vibrant tourist economy and vibrant international economy, and they know they have to normalize with the rest of the world, so every year they remove more laws. In the United States, every year they add more laws and add more taxes and add more regulations and add more bullshit. In Dubai, where I live, they remove them every year. Paraguay, every time I go to Paraguay, it looks better. Every time I visit Paraguay, because I go every few months, every time that drive from the airport to my hotel or to my Airbnb, every time that drive improves. They clean up the trash, they tear down the old buildings and replace them with new nice buildings and new nice homes go up. They clean up the streets. It is getting better in Paraguay every time I go, and it's getting noticeably better every time I go. Every time I come to the United States, and especially this time, it gets worse. There's more trash and more homeless here in Washington State and Oregon than I have ever seen in my life. It is far more worse now than it was back in May when I was here last. I could not believe how disgusting it is. Matter of fact, Uber drivers will now joke about, oh, you're gonna go here? Oh, you get a tour of all the homeless people and all the trash. Isn't this fun? Yeah, it's great. The United States gets worse every year, and many countries outside of the West get better every year. Which would you rather live in? I know what I'd rather live in. I'd rather live in places that get better every year and not worse, but that's just me. Maybe it's not for you, whatever you want to do. I hope this video has helped enlighten you a little bit, and I hope this video has helped broaden your horizons, especially you Americans who've never really traveled outside of America and think America is the best country in the world or the least bad. Wrong across the board. I'll see you very soon. Have fun. Bye.